Well, I managed to figure out some things and help the devs of the Caster Labs caffeinated to get something fixed. If you saw last stream, of course I wasn't able to get onto Minecraft, but I went over and got things fixed so we can keep playing Minecraft again. Um, yeah, because of yesterday not being able to play it, I had to do something else for most of stream. And what I did most of stream was try and figure out what some issues were. And now, because we've figured out what those issues are, Windows Media Player is a little bit broken, so we have to wait for Microsoft to fix that. But an app called Fubar 2000 works for music, and now we can actually have a song command, which means I can actually be playing the music on stream, and you can use a song command to be able to tell what song is playing. So, that's pretty nice. Let me now have a song command for that. So, uh, Caroline, that's not sending, but might be a little bit. Let's now get back into game. So now, finally, a day late, but I can now get a tunnel border going on back across. Those are disabled. Just Vectors. Um, and we're off. So, this beginning of stream today will just be headed back on across for this. And then once this is all the way back across, just parking it and then starting on collecting stuff for one station. I guess I probably should have been collecting a lot more gunpowder for the schematic cannon. Oh well. Yeah, so it's gonna take a little while to head across, yeah. Just because right now it's having to mine out some gravel, which slows it down, but still not the fastest. It's decent, but yeah, not the best. So, really is kind of stuck here for now, headed on across. I'm definitely glad I can have music on the stream and not worry about YouTube or anything being upset about the music. Was even when artists say you can use their music on streams and videos, YouTube is still most likely going to copyright strike you, which is annoying. At least Twitch is a lot better. So, if you're watching this on Twitch, well, I mean, you have to be here right now while I'm live to be able to hear the music on Twitch because it's also not saved to the following diver. But if you're watching this on YouTube either way or the Twitch VOD, then you're not hearing the music. But right now, if you're watching Twitch live, then you'll be hearing music. I think my cold has just continued getting better and better. Seems like it gets a little bit worse in the morning, but then it pretty much entirely clears up by the afternoon. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty much totally fine right now, whereas it was pretty, well, not too terrible, but somewhat stuffy this morning. Yeah. At least it's clearing up by the end of the day. So that means I can be nice and clear for you. really like this song because part of it just scratches my brain like that. This song just scratches my brain in such a perfect way. It really, it just totally gets me off this side of it here. It, um, I guess you can kick me off the side because there's this that I have to break off manually anyways, but still, like, really, just kick me off the side. Let me check. So something I like nicer about some music apps, like I think this one does, compared to playing music on my phone or something, is having no pause between songs. Because this album from Frisk, a few of the songs actually basically just continue into each other as one extra long song. So having no pause in between songs is best for listening to this album. It's because having no pause between songs, allowing it to just flow between them. You know, um, it's a little annoying on my phone because I notice I haven't found a way of actually getting it to play through songs without kind of pause between them. Seems like there's kind of always at least some lag between songs as it loads the next one. So annoying, but yeah. And that's what it does every time. Is it just totally missing? I mean, actually, I just missed that one because there's a freaking fern in the way. Give it really just a singular fern being in the way of it is just really. So I should head across here to make sure that's not going to cause any troubles. And just up on back up there. We continue on our way. Hopefully continue quick enough that wall doesn't cause us issues. Yeah, good. Once the water just kind of stopped. Alright. Um, oh yeah, but the water up at the other end here might cause issues because it'll come down from above right onto it. So yeah, that water at this end here might cause some Currently, as I was saying last, we would just barely run into a spider cave at this bottom edge here. Just barely clipping into it there. Yeah, like I think that was a transition between songs. So I think one song ends and then the next kind of just continues from it and then does that like phone dialing. Does that like, phone dialing and then yeah, like it just carries very nicely to where if you don't know about it, you don't even notice it. You don't know about it doing that, and it doesn't pause in between songs. It actually properly just carries forward through them. And yeah, it works really well for that. So, uh, just do this work from would just go from there. So now all this should go away, and it should be able to just continue. Okay, Christ, that's a lot of zombies. Oh my god. Where did you come from? You came out of nowhere from behind. And, well, don't take that out of context. Telling me. Hopefully the music isn't too loud though, my god, because I might have the music turned up a little bit too much to properly hear me. If the music is a little bit too loud to hear me, please do let me know. Because honestly, it's a little more important for you to hear me properly than hearing the music clearly. We're pretty much just about there. So maybe just kind of across here. We just totally skipped some bullets there. Here's the yeah, I think the kinds of little thin spots above it here, I'll probably just mine those out and then make like a decent border around it to be able to watch the trains like go by and make like a couple bridges that go across. just so that it's not just awkwardly hanging there with a big hole. There's actually like something to get across going over top. Yeah, probably like about here, I'd probably start filling in some of these little gaps here, just because the ceiling actually gets like thick enough with full cover, other than like little gaps where where it like drop down just far enough or something, which that might actually hold on. I should head above and check if that will interfere with the Twilight Forest program. So that's only two blocks in here, one block. So that will interfere with the Twilight Forest portal because that will be going only one block below this level. The Twilight Forest portal is made by making an infinite water source, placing flowers around it, and then throwing a diamond into it. And I think if you break any of the blocks around and maybe under it, it breaks it back into just a water source. So I think that might end up breaking it. Well, I mean, I think the portals were probably going to move to the community building anyways, and like a portal room proposal for them. So if it does break them, then it's just kind of, oh well, I guess. Yeah, so we'll see if breaking the blocks under it breaks it as well. Yeah, it did. Okay. Yeah, it's really the only annoying part of the Twilight Forest portal is the fact that it costs diamonds to light it every time. Because every time to light it, you have to throw a diamond into it. Whereas, like, Aether Portal only costs a bucket of water, or just a light instead. Here's the end portal costs that I use enough to use for it. So, it's not really going to have. I'm not usually going to be breaking that portal, though. So, it's. Might have run over an Enderman. Okay. We may have run over a German. Yeah, so usually something approaching an Enderman, it can get out of the way. That seems right. Oh, I'm hitting shift. That's not change the hitting the shift while I'm sitting here, it turns me into a fox anyway, so also kind of clips right through my brain, but mine is also going to be moving anyway, yes. And like I said on the last stream, stop. Okay. Yeah, like I said on the last stream, this song, I swear I've heard on like every VR chat show world has this song. Like, every chill world has this song, and I never knew it was a furry artist that made it. Same furry artist that I had no idea they had made all my fellows. So, okay. Well, that's funny. And Minecraft decides to just crash on me. So, maybe use, had that posed, so I have no idea if I have no idea if that hotkey should detect when Minecraft crashes. Maybe, well, it did, it just didn't transition because I'm in studio mode. So that's annoying. I need to find a plugin for OBS that does the scene transition stuff of Streamlabs. So what if the Streamlabs plugin would? Don't the Streamlabs plugin brings Streamlabs stuff, some Streamlabs stuff to regular OBS? It should try that. See if that'll have the right transition stuff that I need. Because currently I have to go to studio mode, select the scene I'm transitioning to, and manually select the transition to use, and then hit transition. Instead of being able to just hit my hotkey for it, and it automatically use the correct transition that I need it to be, which is kind of worse. Guessing that was probably lamb. Hog, probably an out of random thing. That's kind of a common That's kind of the most common crash on the Forge pack is RAM. Really, it shouldn't have. Hmm, hmm, really shouldn't have crash being on the server though, because I'd expect it to have crashed like a lot worse on a single player world. But on the server, it's not had issues before. If the extra RAM usage of music is being just that tiny bit too much or something. Uh, close Curse Forge because that uses a decent bit of RAM. I guess we'll do that. Uh, use all kind of need that. Sorry, I don't to that once. I don't I thought I uninstalled that and stopped it from doing that because I don't need that. It really just does nothing for me and was just using 30% CPU. Thanks. Upper, I swear to God. Like, upper, why? My limiter on 1.5 gigs, hard limit turned on, and it's using 2.6. Isn't it like supposed to close things down? Like forcibly close things down to keep them under the hard limit have it on? Because it's using like a gig more than it should be. Well, of course, as soon as I start talking about it, it forcibly clicks things to get down under. Like, really? Really? And then, like, as if to make fun of me, it gets it all the way down under a gig, which is like like half a gig lower than its limit. Like, as if to mock me for saying that it's not going down on its limit. It goes down at half a gig under. Like, really? Hey, it's, I know, like, the bigger things, here's some, it should all be as low as I can get it to keep it from crashing again. As for the forge pack, at least the forge pack, I recommend at least 10 days. But I have mine set to 15 just to give some extra room. And then I have gotten the RAM usage down to 60%. So I do still have another 15 still. I still have another like 15, 16 gigs of RAM available for it if it needs, but I just had to crash randomly like that. Uh, Alright, we back. Going. Here's yeah, don't know why it like randomly crashed in the middle of trying to turn into here, but okay. Um, oh, actually, yeah, I should pull it back to unload everything. Right. Probably should pull it back to get it unloaded again. Which for that, and have to get the things back on because portable interfaces also count as that. I wonder if I could make. I can't just speed up fast enough to kill it. No, you're literally stuck. It got. I get stuck in the. We got stuck in the seat. Hey, dum dum. Hey, dum dum. You get stuck. That was funny. I'm feeling this is gonna take another while, isn't it? I guess we did have enough track to make it back here. Plus, decent little. It was a good look It can be so confusing on YouTube and the VOD after the stream when there's no music. There's me just dancing away to mute to non-existent music. Not nearly so confusing for on Twitch live, but definitely oh confusing if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch after. Yeah. Guys, it's gonna take forever if it's full, huh? God damn, still almost up here, huh? Very big fun. I run it out. That's one at there, I guess. What's the limit right there, I suppose? You can at least get decently long with them. I guess. Let's see if it can actually clear the rest of it out, if that's still not enough. For me is enough for this. Oh, look at that, it's going much faster now. Well, now that it's actually going. I will again, however, go to fill up my water bottle and go to the bathroom while that empties. Hopefully no phantoms come down and kill me when I'm gone. It should be emptied out by the time I'm back. I should be back a little bit. And sometime I'm also gonna go get a bit of my web. chilly outside down here. Try to make my way in and out of the house quickly so I don't get too cold and start shivering like hell. 'Cause that'd be annoying. Yeah, it has cleared out by the time I come back. Exactly like I thought. Cool. So, yes, now I can map off into here and pull this in. So, uh, what demos board? And I think some, I think probably terraforming this over, like instead of just like not making just a whole hard edge of a cliff, like kind of rounding it over, because there's plenty of room to round it over for the LRT. Yeah, I'm using sandstone at that level all the way around and then putting a layer of sand on top of that and then kind of putting the sand back from that a little bit to kind of bring it down to the rest of the level. And of course, other areas like this has to be covered up at all this level, and this has to be covered up a bit. Again, I want to cover up and terraform so there's no big gaps and holes in the ground all over the place. And yeah, clip through the mine by like a single block. Like, just break those out and continue on down the mine. But yeah, I'll do it. Probably be a little while until all the catenary cables are put in all the way along it. I have to build both stations, at least build both stations and make a whole bunch of the cable for it first anyways. Of course, a bunch of catenary connector um, if there's a recipe for it. There's all the Mario connector. These are just crushing or milling a cup of plates to get a bunch of it. So at least that's decent, but the, the jetnary connectors don't have a recipe. I'll have to look at that later, but I don't need them right now anyways. It'll probably be at least a few streams until I need them. Because I don't really even need them for building the stations yet, because I'll put them in at the stations and all the rest of the track at the same time. So, yeah, I think, um, what I saw, I think, yeah, from what I saw, I think the, when a pantograph bar on a train is touching a cable, it actually allows the train to go faster when it's touching a cable. That's pretty nice. Being able to have your train go faster by having it connected to a catenary. So that'll actually be pretty nice being able to have that. Wrong button, wrong button. Sleep, need sleep. Um, It's fine in real life right now, but in game I need sleep. Then I will need sleep eventually in real life, but fine for now. I, I don't need sleep right now. I'm good. Alright, well, we can just, just slap that down over there. I think that certainly causes some lag. Yeah, I think I should do the sun station first. So, do I have any schematic of the train, the LRT? The power plant. That's the tunnel board. Do I have the schematic for that somewhere? Um, I guess I can overwrite the tunnel instead of the event. Particular be, I think it should be rotation aligned properly. I think the LRT should be aligned by rotation properly so that I should be able to just build it. I probably have to move the station up a ways for it. In the lagged station now. Just make sure this end is I guess fair should be fine. Shouldn't be included in the schematic because I'm pretty sure I should have broken that before making the schematic, but I could at least bring it back when need to be here. Well, um, did I use? I'm pretty sure I used it. Did I remember something? Pretty sure the actual design I found, I believe, I'm trying to use for that. Uh, oh wait, yeah, the um, pretty sure the train sign you can set a number on. There was some sign that I could set a number on that was blue. That was like just a flat panel sign. Like, uh, and I'm gonna have a ton of extra copper myself. All this. And I think it was the blue train sign or guess not. Then what was it? Which sign was that? Honestly, these ones are like mount to the wall. Honestly, these ones I could use because they have numbers on them, but I think this is nice. Yeah, one of those, but I don't know. What was it though? Oh, okay. Um, um, number of pages and just bits. Um, and number of more pages or just the panels. Like, right sign and the panel or whatever it was. It's really my only way to check which panel was. What was the platform doing? Right? Because you can set the number on the platform. Or is it the blue or the white that I think it was the blue. Right? That's block of iron and blue dye. There's 78. Hmm, why does that bag I can't move? Oh, it's that would be why. Okay, now I'll remap to the switch hands. Let me ended up being the same as that. But uh, yes, this one I can set the movers on. Mm, yeah, I think these are the one that I want for that. Uh, took this schematic camera out of there though. Kinda need this schematic cannon to check what I need. The clipboard though. And where did I put it? There it is. Ready. UK page city. Oh my god. Literal concrete and a framed glass door. Really? Concrete and a door. Not like a blue dye, a cup of oil, and a glass pane, which would kind of make a lot more sense than that. Like concrete. Like, man, like a couple iron ingots, a glass pane, and a blue dye. Then for like this one, That one's white. Why does that one have a blue dye and white color? Why does that one have a blue dye? It's a white door. What? That makes no sense. And that one you can make with gray concrete or black concrete and a black dye, so making it even more black, turning it gray. That one makes some sense by having iron to make it instead of, well, like literally just the glass variant uses concrete. Doesn't make sense. Why these recipes don't make any sense? Why? I have to make blue concrete. I still have, at least I have plenty of gravel and sand, and I can make this blue dye anyways, but still, though, like, really, I mean, I am gonna be hungry for the, yeah, let's see, PKP Intercity White, which is, one of them is for white concrete. Really? Couldn't have been four white concrete into four of the blocks, which would be kind of just a translation recipe instead of like compacting four white concrete into one of these. Couldn't have just been like four white concrete, four of these, or and then four of these back into four white concrete to just back and forth between them. The bottom line, like that recipe is probably broken as well. 'Cause obviously, the white concrete. That one makes sense. It's six white concrete into six of them. The line, it gets six concrete and a line of line for six of them with a blue line. This recipe is broken because this recipe should give the top line instead. And that one makes sense because it's one concrete with by blue dye in one blue of them. But like four white concrete into the one block? Why? Why do recipes never make any sense? Why can't anyone make a recipe that actually makes some decent sense? Like compacting four white concrete down into one of these, or using a framed glass door and a blue concrete for what in real life would be a metal door, instead of like a couple iron ingots, a glass pane, and a blue dye to make a blue metal a blue metal door with a glass door at the top. That recipe makes very good sense because it's metal with a glass window and blue. That recipe would make a lot of sense, as well as four white concrete into four of these would make sense because it would just be turning one into the other. And I can't even really use concrete for this because it's like slightly yellow. There's a very slight yellow tint to it. Whereas whereas these blocks are like a slightly blue tinted white, which is like a much cleaner white. Which obviously in order to get the stripe that goes along it, I use the line block, which the white of the line block matches the white of this, but not the white of the white concrete, so kind of stuck using this, or else I'd have like a slightly more yellow green with like a perfectly bright white line across. Wouldn't look very nice doing that. God, these recipes make no sense. Why must you do this to me? Well, anyways, that has to go. That has to go one forward, doesn't it? Right? Yeah. Chris said four train casing for each of these, and there's going to be two of them, so eight train casing for the two of these. And the train casing probably isn't really as hard as some of the rest of this, like all of the white PKP intercity blocks that I have to use, which is like the entire side of this, all of the entire roof of slopes, like the entire side, the entire roof of slopes on both sides, that thin line along on both sides as well. So you can see that thin line along the roof as well. The actual roof itself, of course, and then you know, those couple blocks, and on those couple full blocks. So, oh, and yeah, this and that little piece of trim. Because of course, why not make it just so much for myself? LRT schematic, put you in, and how much is it? What will actually be these signs that I have? A bunch of blue seats, Blackstone represent much bunch of couple ton of copycat stuff. Finance, slash walls and display panel. Almost four stacks of those, which means almost 16 stacks of white concrete for one train, which means almost 32 stacks for both LRT trains. Why why do you have to do this to me? Of course, and also 42 if the line blocks, but only 42 more white concrete. Because that's actually an even recipe. Of course, it's the hot version of it, which the recipe is broken for right now as well. Why does so much have to be broken? Why? Like, why does so much have to be so broken? And then, of course, the 4 train case, actually, the 6 train casing, because it's 2 train controls as well. So 6 casing per so 12 total train casing. And this is a pantograph recipe? No, good. Pantograph recipe isn't broken at least. Pantograph is good. Insulator is good, and obviously iron sheet. Okay, pantograph recipe is all totally good to go, and I think everything else. Yes, that recipe that needs to be adjusted so that it doesn't cost so insanely much. Ideally, the recipe for the doors being changed to make a bit more sense, and the recipe for that being fixed. So I guess I'm not making the trains. Uh, so let's see how much. Um, that's a clear output checklist. That to I put this station. There we go. Those to be ignored because that's like underground stuff that's hidden away anyways. So that's 5 pages of stuff. There's a ton of framed glass. I need so much more sand for all of this. Like, so much sand for all of it. It's actually gray sheet metal, not tungsten sheet metal. Uh, quite a bit of iron as well. But oh yeah, that's sandstone and sand that we just really manually by hand. And of course, a lot of stone, but well, actually, wait, that's only about 2,000 stone, and I have 71,000 cobble. So I only need just over 2,000 of that to be smelted into stone for that. And then the rest of it can be crushed down into gravel and sand. Because gravel and sand, I need both of for concrete. Honestly, you need some decent amount of that. And it's just a whole ton of cobble that we have random extra of that we don't need. And dragonflies being weird. Yeah, so I can smelt just over 2,000 stone or 35 stacks plus 2 of stone for that, and then crush the rest of it down into gravel, and then half of that gravel into sand to be able to make into yeah. Then ideally a white dye farm as well, because we're also going to need a decent amount of white dye, obviously. But yeah, um, honestly, the track farm isn't really needed for a while here, but might as well at least still keep it here. Um, I guess I could modify it for all the gravel and sand, right? Uh, oh, there's all a bunch of glass. That's what it was. I probably also need this much stone for that, but yeah, there'd be only another just about 2,000, so really not that much compared to how insanely much I have. And of course, if for some reason I run out of all of what I have down there from the train, well, this generates it infinitely. So, yeah. Um, yeah, this would also work a lot better for a cobble farm or an iron farm. So obviously, like a massive iron farm using traditional generate and break method for cobblestone causes a lot of lag, both generating and breaking a ton of it at once. It's basically a lag machine. So having this that just generates it internally and then you just funnel it out with a belt, no lag at all for that. So you can just have, it obviously does cost a lot more stress. Yeah, it does cost a lot more stress to run that, but it's a hell of a lot more efficient on land. Like, and it generates it pretty quickly too, so you probably don't even need. Well, I'm not sure exactly how fast it generates it, but I think you wouldn't even need as many of these as. Yeah, you wouldn't even need as many of these as you would break and place cobble blocks. Yeah, like just kind of disconnecting some of this to just and like modifying some of the rest of it to just generate cobble and or, gravel and sand and temporarily taking this out to replace it with a belt from over there or just transferring all of that over there to here, which obviously is quite a bit. It's obviously quite a bit that would be. So, um, yeah, let's see. I guess it is. It's mostly it is quite a bit of copper and coal as well. But obviously, it is mostly the cobble and dirt that it's went through, but it has also gone through a decent amount of gravel, which isn't showing on there. So there probably is a number of other things also stored in here that aren't showing on there. Um, yeah, probably a decent amount of other things that aren't showing in here. Um, yeah, as well, because all the sandstone and sand from it as well aren't showing in here. Oh, you can still hit me through that much water. I thought it was missing because the water was slowing it down too much, but just because I was back from the edge far enough. Ugh, ugh. Yeah, so, uh, I think I probably will just take this item filter. Might have to soon get out one of your to collect. Soon get out one of you to collect. Now Kick those off. Lowest viewing you. Take you on over to here. And just filter you. Yoink, 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 yoink. And can't edit anymore. I should probably also clear all that out. I'll be right back. One more. You know what? I think I missed my favorite part from this series. My favorite was yeah, that is all of the sand and sandstone. How the sort you that means. And there's a number of Violet Pony songs that I like because I kind of resonate with them. Some, I don't know, and it's also just generally great music. So, uh, yeah, a number of Violet Pony songs that I resonate with a lot, and some I've become ones I think, and some Younger songs. And there's a number of songs from furry artists that I kind of, I don't know if I'm even really using the right word for it though. Like, yeah, I don't know. Um, lots that I would like quite a bit because I feel I don't really know what to call it, but well, let's see. I really only made the middle here, taking up all the way back to here, and I could just kind of bring that off some. Just kind of terraforming it a little bit more naturally, I guess. For this side, I really need back from here. And then just kind of leave this outside with it and not fall down. I can bring this out on just to make sure it is a proper, like, link across all the way down so it doesn't look like it'll just poof down free. Because having an actual, like, block under it on the side so it looks like it's actually supported and not just gonna fall. Yeah, I think this all being filled in with sand as well. And obviously there has to be a layer of sand on top of all of that, but you know, because you know, honestly, just gonna try to blend this out some to be decent kind of flow between it. Yeah, I think since the terrain also all just kind of comes up like right around here, I might as well just flatten this all out to match the entrance here better. So yeah, you just have like all this terrain just being flattened out to match the entrance better. Then I'll have a whole ton more dirt to be able to fill in areas that I need to. I think because the sand has to be one level on top of the sandstone to look a little better, have it look a bit more natural as sand rather than all hard sandstone. But still be down at the right level for the entrance there. I think just kind of dig out the dirt from under this sand here and break off one sand. Just for it to kind of blend down a bit nicer, a little bit more natural blending around of it-ish. I say ish because that's obviously not very natural looking. It was a bit better, but yeah. Oosh. Honestly, it's still not too great of blending here. Uh, Also, apparently this is a Zootopia fan song, but I don't really understand very much how it is. Uh, I don't really understand much how this song was a Zootopia fan song, but oh well. Maybe you can hear why, but you know, just another thing to confuse the VOD watchers, because you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. I only know what I'm talking about if you know what song is playing right now. Great times. Zip around like that. Um, and still all this to blend in here. I don't really care much about healing some villagers. And probably said this most heavily stream, but I think because of mine colonies, they just heal into the colonists anyways. So there's not really a whole lot of use in healing them if I don't have space for them in my colony. That's not very helpful that much. Even the name of this song is kind of funny because the name of the song is literally just lesbian ponies with weapons. So fun, right? Uh, yeah. I'm gonna try to blend this out some as well. It's kind of like this, so it's not quite just so cut off. Kind of at least blends some out to it here. I think that's pretty good. Actually, probably just cut extend that a bit more. Well, this is pretty good. Joe, there's a lot of you, aren't there? Oh, there's only 3, 4 over there. Okay, then. So, this is decent here. That may not actually was kind of filled that in a bit either. Yeah, honestly, that's gonna take quite a bit to fill all in here. Uh, hmm. Let's see about this. So obviously out over the track has to be covered over. They without going all the way down there. Seeing about where I should be making it go out to at least. Just bring it over this way by some nothing more. Actually, I can just point this line into the rest of the train here. Yeah, about here to bring it back. Really is just kind of giving it like some decent groove to blend it around in. Sure, I think that's decent. That's the best and nice pop to find. Rest getting it I'm lazy. Like one random list to fill in. Seriously. Like, do skeletons just have aimbot or something? Like, dude, really? This kind of snipe me from way far away, area. And, sorry to any of those watching the VODs after or anyone watching on YouTube right now. But I'm not talking much, I'm just enjoying the music. And if you are watching on YouTube right now, I would recommend coming over to Twitch instead to be able to listen to the music. And if you're watching VODs, I would definitely recommend coming to watch live instead to hear it. Because, yeah, it's all great music, so don't know why you wouldn't want to come on over to listen. I could also just add some dirt here. And like, you'll get some dirt real quick. And yeah, so yeah, it's kind of like cliff wall here. Didn't really want it to be like that too much. Not too great at terraforming, but I guess that I'm not exactly too great at terraforming, especially trying to like rend this in here to look at least somewhat clearer from it here, because it doesn't like at all. I definitely have to add some amount more here to bring it down here. If you're not watching this live on Twitch right now, I would very much recommend watching live for the music now. At least now that I can be playing music properly. 'Cause it's all just great music, so like why wouldn't you come just for the music? I guess that looks like same. Much just straight across there. And now into Ivory. there's something else that I've kind of been thinking about for a little while is doing fursuit dancing to some for artist song. Like this song could make a decent dance if someone does it. It's the first Amazing Digital Circus song by Ivacom if you're not watching live right now. Uh, yeah. I think a couple of other Ivacom songs could make good duos dances too. Like Anti-Human and Anti-Villain would both make good duos dances because they're obviously like two people talking back to each other, arguing. So that could make a cool duos dance with that. I think for uh, well, I think really either of them like have one person start sitting in a chair on stage and then have the other person come out on stage and start the song. Um, because we'll hear those in just a couple songs here. But I've been thinking about doing some frisky dances. I'm definitely not a dancer. I have no idea how to do choreo or anything like that. But I definitely want to sometime, maybe. Uh, Probably not for a dance comp, like probably not for an actual like professional dance comp at a convention, but for something like Pride, that could be cool because we have a decent Pride here where I am. I think it would be pretty interesting for that to do fursuit dances for some stuff like that for Pride here. Um, I mean, maybe if it turns out good enough and we can do well enough with it, maybe a convention dance comp, but definitely not gonna win the dance comp with it. But it would be something cool to do. Well, but for the duos one, um, obviously both being in fursuit, of course, it's pretty obvious. It's a fursuit dance comp, so both being in fursuit for that. Um, but one of my friends that I was thinking about doing it with hurt her ankle a while ago, but I think they've kind of recovered enough from that to do it. But even if they are recovered enough to do fursuit dancing for something like that, they would probably be the one who, yeah, they would probably be the one who's like sitting in the chair for a decent chunk of the song, and then like kind of getting up from the chair by like the end of it. And like the song that I want to do that has them starting out in like sitting in a chair for it. Uh, yeah, I think it's like most of the song that they would be sitting in the chair and like kind of closer to the end of the song that they would be getting up from the chair to be more active. But even then, when they're up in the chair, it's not really like a whole lot of moving and dancing around for it. It's pretty stationary. It's not really like dancing around. It's more having an argument with a bit of dance and choreo. Um, More like the dancing of a musical than a music video, right? Because obviously in a musical, they're like in a musical when characters are arguing with each other in the song, like they're it's not really so much like dancing like a music video or traditional dance competition or anything. It's like them arguing, but kind of just dancing and moving around each other while they're arguing. Uh, yeah, this would be kind of like a musical argument. And so I think Anti-Human could make a decent one. I think it's Anti-Villain is the one that could make a really good one. Yeah, I'll kind of hit that most ways of the time of the song. Um, yeah, good. So this area is all mostly flattened out and covered over for that. It's like, yeah. Um, so, yeah, with anti-villain, like how during this beginning part, have them come out on stage, and then having one person in a chair on stage. Yeah, so having them just kind of sitting in the chair listening for all of this kind of beginning part of the one just talking to the other. So this whole beginning part of just the one talking to the other, they'd be kind of dancing around the chair, like talking to them, kind of like making gestures that are match what they're saying. And then pretty soon it'll be the part where the person in the chair will actually like get up and start arguing back. What you should do. Yeah, so now once the other person starts singing back to them, then they like kind of get up from the chair and like as they're saying things, get up from the chair and like go back at them. Be like, yeah, then they would really start arguing because they're kind of doing the song, right? Ever since most of the song was just the one singing to the other, it would be up to that's the one sitting in the chair to obviously do a lot of the work for actually making the dance decent. Um, Man, like making it actually entertaining for that part. And then it'd get real entertaining when they start arguing back and forth, obviously. But, it would have to be, like, start arguing, like, they have to get up from the chair and start arguing back. And that's pretty decent. And lots of the rest of the anti-human series probably would also make probably some really cool fursuit dances if done well. Um, one that I don't necessarily think make a cool fursuit dance, but could make a really cool and possibly really impactful animation would be Sahara, because that is quite I guess, sad but powerful song. And if someone, if a, like a really talented animator did an animation for that song, that could be a really powerful animation. Because I feel quite strongly listening to that song because I have someone that's kind of been through a situation with that song. Obviously not quite the exact same of being literally stranded in a desert, denying help from anyone, but similar to that and like closer to what the actual meaning of the song is. Could be quite a very powerful song or animation if it's done well and it's done right. Could be quite incredible. I would really like to see someone who is like very skilled with animation, a lot more skilled than I am at 3D animation, make an animation of it. And like possibly making a model of I's character that they have in like sitting in the music video for it. With Ivy comes commission, of course, because it's their character. I think pretty sure it's Ivy's character. Um, but yeah, an animation of Sahara that could be quite a good animation. Like could be quite powerful or impactful. And also, pretty much every time I listen to what's currently playing, if you're not watching live, Data Rejects, pretty much every time I listen to it, I discover more and more of the story behind it. And wow, like, holy, actually gets, sometimes actually gets me close to tears listening to it because the story is quite impactful. It's, if you listen to and understand the story properly of it, and it's, wow, can be a lot. Can be a lot. Um, yeah, but yeah, all incredible music still though. So, but yeah, it, uh, Also, I quite like this song because it's interesting and it's, well, a collab between Ivy and Yonkers. So, like, that's cool that they have a collab song together. It's also cool to know that, like, Ivy, Ivycomb, Yonkers, Snuffles, and Frizz kind of like all, at the very least, know about each other, if not, they're, like, if not all being actually friends. Because I think they might all be friends. Not sure. Obviously, Ivy has said that they are friends with a number of music artists that people commonly ask if they know them. Like, hey, Ivy, do you know this artist? And Ivy's actually like close friends with that artist. Um, yeah, so pretty sure, but I'm not sure. I have to actually ask to confirm for sure if they're actually friends and not just know each other. Yeah, it's pretty cool that they, at the very least, know of each other. Um, Ivy and Yalkagor and the others. Like, they're all my favorite music artists, and they like all know each other. They every now and then do songs together. It's cool. Like some of my favorites do songs together every now and then. So I can hear more than one of, I can hear like more than just one of them at a time when listening to some of their songs. Yeah, that has to be done anyway. Yeah, and sit down another. Uh, Says our down list that needs to go for the rest of it. I think that's just a line of stone all the way across that, so as I might as well now mine out where that stone goes here. Also, some of these songs also remind me of playing GTA 5. I know, it's a little weird, but just be honest, it's because I changed the all of the songs on Nonstop Pop to my playlist. So all the songs that play on Nonstop Pop on my GTA are all furry music. Um, like some things also just kind of like randomly become memory points for me. Like this song that's currently playing was kind of a memory point for me of very specific moment of playing GTA 5. Of I was driving around. Oh, there you go. I was driving around trying to figure out where all the billboards are because I was changing all the billboards. Let's just keep it at that. Changing the billboard to not important, not not important, but I was changing them too. But yeah, I was looking for the words to be changing them all. It's something furry, possibly not exactly something I can talk about much on a stream. At least not a stream here. I don't know. I'm sure some probably understand what I'm talking about with that. So, yeah. Um, just kind of as something funny for my own game, like not spreading it as a mod that you could download for GTA, but just kind of something funny for me while I'm playing it mm, well, honestly, rather every now and then. But yeah, it's kind of something funny for it. Yeah. I just remembered doing a bit of nice farming around these, kind of blending it turn out a little bit better. Gonna put some flowers around a bit, maybe. Just don't want the windows to be like super closed in, like blocked off. Have like some view. Maybe there's a little bit of colors. Like, you actually collect me from a direction you can get down to me. So, like, like, down to me around that way, you can't actually get down to me. Yeah, is that right? Thanks. I like these all three of us. I want to do a video game. Come on. So I'm another third. So, right on. Yeah. Yeah. That's, is that, um, this is still on, then both go all the way down. So stems that one more. So remember, they get one more of that for that there. Yeah. Again, sorry, I'm talking a lot less now. There's good music playing, and I tend to talk a lot less when there's music going on, because I want to listen to my music. I like my music. It's good music. You should listen to the music as well. It's good music. No, no, I don't doing much anyways, just kind of like this area for the station. which is not exactly very much going on there. Just mining. Let's see. I think to see that is a great edge of things. Here's tomorrow. Oh, to see if I can figure out why some stuff like recipes are broken. If I can make a pull request, like actually fix it and make it PR for them, because that is what I like doing sometimes. But one gives me something to do, and two can also issues be fixed faster, because then they don't have to. Because then honestly, they're not focus on fixing those particular issues. I can take care of those particular issues pretty quickly for them. But yeah, they can focus more on other mod dev, not have to worry about some random issue that may only affect some people, not others. No, you know, so plus they may not even know that it's an issue, because like a lot of people may have only designed stuff using that mod in creative, so not many, so possibly not many people have even used the mod in survival to realize that the recipe is broken. Or even those who have used the mod in survival may not have used those particular blocks to realize that the recipe for them is broken. They may have used something else, and the else they used, the recipe wasn't broken for, whereas honestly, what I want to be using from it is broken. So, bit of an issue there. Um, all of this covered over, and then terraformed down along that edge to a little nicer. But then I think just kind of terraform off from like here, and just kind of like cutting off a bunch of like all of areas like this, and just kind of cutting off across there, kind of that all. Um, Here, then maybe doing a bit of terraforming here and there to fill some stuff in and make it like an area for watching the trains go by. Yeah, damn, this shader's nice. Yeah, oh my god, please stop me, please, like that. Sure, it was also nice that like terraforming down for one thing allows you to take the blocks you got from that and go over and terraform or fill in those. So all the dirt that I'm getting from digging out the space or spawn station, I can just come over here and use all that dirt for filling this all in. And then for terraforming out the rest of the terrain to look a bit more natural and nice. But that's what you since I don't really have very much to talk about monster many no either. Nope. So yeah, he's so then as next stream will be collecting everything for that. next stream will be collecting everything for that station. And that'll probably take at least all tomorrow's stream to collect everything for that, because there's quite a lot, but uh, I know some of it I can set up a farm for, because we I'll blend all of this to the rest of the terrain in a at least somewhat natural way. Mhm. That's pretty. Yeah. Uh, just glad we at least figured out to get the song command working so that you can tell what song is playing on the stream. Um, Because if you like any song that's playing, then you can just use the song command to have it tell you what song is playing. I still have to get the metadata for all of the files actually set up properly for it to tell you the right info. Once I have all the metadata stuff set up for them, then it'll actually be able to properly tell you the song and artist name and even give you a link to YouTube. Was then I'll actually be able to give you a link to YouTube to go watch or to find it easier than obviously having to go search for the song. You can just use the link that it provides with the command, but all that is set up manually and for every song, which I think is over 95 songs. I got a few of them set up before stream, but it's gonna be a lot more still. But at least it's working. Uh, for Windows Media Player, because Microsoft has to fix that. is, at least I use a different app like FooBar 2000 that I'm using right now for it that actually does report properly. I can't believe like Windows app isn't working, isn't using a Windows API properly. Like in Windows app isn't working properly because it's, I'm guessing, not using the API properly, but like Windows moment when something's not working. Just, can we even use the dirt for? Mud pie, of course. I can pull out the dirt, want it back to my music lessons. Well, I definitely don't have a clothes for that now. That's for sure. Yeah, definite Windows moments isn't working, and the only way for it to work, the only way for it to work is for Microsoft themselves to fix it. As on Linux, something doesn't work, you just say, dig into the code, see what's not working, fix it yourself, and create a pull request like, oh, this wasn't working, so I fixed it. So there you go. Now it's fixed for you. Yeah, it is. Plus, Windows being Windows and all built-in stuff being closed source, meaning it's only up to Microsoft to fix things. So you can't even have a look at the code to see what's wrong to be able to tell them, hey, this specifically is what needs to be fixed. Let alone being able to fix the code yourself and then send that fixed code to them to be like, this wasn't working. This is why it wasn't working. I fixed it myself, and here's the fix. Implement the fix, please. Um, Plus, even if they do fix it, it's probably still gonna be some while until the fix is actually put out. So I feel like it'll probably have to be in like one of the major probably have to be in like one of the major updates that the fix gets sent out. If they even do fix it, because of course, not always the most reliable outlet. You start smelling join that thing. Yeah, so if it does get fixed, the fix will probably end up being put out in a major update. Which means it'll be a while until it's put out. Because obviously major updates only go out every once in a while. So there's usually quite a while between those major updates because obviously they go out on a schedule. It's not like we've fixed a whole bunch of stuff. Now, here's an update for you. It's like, here's an update for you because this is the scheduled time for an update to release. Here's what we've done with this update, whether it's a whole bunch of stuff or barely anything. And of course, unless it's like a major security thing, even so, unless it's like a major security thing that they have to get an update out right now to fix, they don't ever just say, like, here's an update, we fixed this singular thing with this update. Right? I don't ever say, hey, here's an update that fixes this one singular thing. Of course, again, unless it's major security thing that they have to get out right now. If it's not a major security thing like that, but they have to get out very quickly and immediately, it's gonna have to wait to be put out until the next major update. And of course, if an issue is found and reported too close to a major update, then it's going to have to wait even longer until the next major updates. Because it's not going to go out on the next major update if it's too close to it, because they're not going to have time to figure it out, fix it, and make sure that it didn't just break anything else. And I have to wait for that one to go out until a while later. After they can actually figure out what's broken, fix it, make sure that the fix didn't break anything else that they then need to go and fix as well. Yeah. Oh, a lot of work that they have to do. That's all just a bunch of annoyance. That means they can't get updates out very quickly because they're on a schedule, so nothing ever just goes out because they got it done and confirmed that it doesn't break anything. And nothing ever taking just a quick little change in a single line of code and then be pushed out right away because they have all of the systems and everything for making you absolutely sure that the changes that were made don't break anything else. Make sure that it all works completely properly, the way it should. Nothing is just broken lines. I'll be absolutely 100% sure everyone is checked to make sure this doesn't break anything. Absolutely everything has been checked to make sure nothing's broken by that. Good, okay. We can get that ready to go on the next major update, which is in quite a long while. So, this is kind of like, this is broken. Needs to be fixed soon, please. Because other things rely on that being fixed and working properly. Oh, it is gonna be fixed, and a fix is gonna be sent out. Okay, when will that come out? Next major update, of course. Of course. It's the next major update when it comes out. Not anytime soon. I use so many mobs that have just spawned one food. Nothing coming up from behind me to knock me down there again. There. Yes, there is. How dare you hurt a precious little fox like me? How dare you? Like that. Don't like that. Where did you come from? Idiot, don't, idiot. Yeah, so, you I'm not sure all of this section here also. Actually, a lot of this didn't peak out so much because it was a block shorter. I had to raise it a block for the catenary cable to fit above the train. This song really is a bit sad. It's like, leave a message, I think is what it's called. I become close. I'm not sure exactly the story of the song. Like it's either a friend leaving a message for another who's not been around for quite a while. And then, um, yeah, it's either a friend leaving a message for another who hasn't been around in quite a while. And then obviously then a number of their friends that they were calling to leave another message for was actually disconnected. Or we're rather listening to either listening to friends leaving the message for them, or wait, no, rather listening to a friend leaving a message for another and that friend they're leaving a message for has been gone for a while and their number has now been disconnected. Or the friend who sent the message has been gone for quite a while. And the friend it was sent, oh, yeah, the friend it was sent to hadn't talked to them in a while, which is why they were leaving that message. And then soon after they left that message, something happened to them. So the friend the message was left for ended up receiving it after they were gone, and then end up keeping the message until they're listening to it in the song, and then then the number ends up disconnected. Either way around, it's sad. It's quite sad. Like, you really like a lot of older, a lot of the older I've Become songs are quite sad, but yeah, a lot of the older I've Become songs are quite sad. But yeah, all still good songs though, for sure. Sad, but good. Okay, so here, okay, we should just make sure this water gets blocked off operating. There's a schedule. There's this one here. Think, and then from this side of the faith. I think some of that'll take out. I just How does the light just shine through the gap there? Uh, Amazing. Beautiful shader. Um, I think there are a couple songs. Well, skip coming up pretty soon here. What ones I probably will be taking out of here? Just because it adds at least some detail if you're looking out as it goes down the track. Yeah, now like here I'll have to put up a barrier all along with this edge and then just some of around this here to make putting up a barrier here a little easier. And run, 8, 8. Run. Over time. Again, I would like to have the colonists able to come up onto this side of the platform, up on this side of the platform up here, but to keep them from going on the track, like keep them from going on to the track either on this end or that end without blocking players from being able to go down and over to the other platforms. I just, I found it just a bit too difficult to do to get that, just to get it to where they would be able to come up here without being able to get down onto the track, without blocking players from being able to get down too much. It's too hard, so I just put the barrier around the back of it there and barrier all the way around it here and then all the way along. That's the corner of the stairs, then all the way along, think about here, and then brought it up the hill here. I put over there. There's probably no like just up the hill and over to where they couldn't just go around it and then be stuck on trackside. Yeah, but yeah, just trying to block them off from being able to get onto the platform well enough that they can't, that there's no way that they can go around the block somehow, just like somehow wander around the block to get in behind and then end up stuck rail side, which knowing the colonists of mine colonies, they'll end up getting stuck on trackside somehow. Even if every player is very careful to make sure to close the barrier behind them and never let any of them in, they'll still somehow manage to get stuck trackside and then end up run over. Don't know how, but they will. Even if I have a full barrier that not even that not even near any other player could get around without interacting with something to open it, like without, like by trying to just walk around it, because obviously, like here, there's enough room where you can just walk. Be a little bit more so than I am. There's like enough space here that you can walk around it and then get onto the other side of it. So if I just bring the barrier up and then over to the edge here and just stop it here, there's going to be enough space that they can end up wandering over and down the edge on the other side and then end up stuck wandering around on the tracks, and then couple minutes later another one's dead. There's like bringing it up here, then I'd have to bring one out so that they don't have any way of walking around. But I probably will actually just build it all the way along and also make sure that any place going up isn't just like stops and then keeps going, actually like comes up one here so that they can't just walk over on top of it and then fall down on the other side of it and then get stuck on the other side of it and wander over down the track side. Make sure that there's no possible way that they can get over to the other side of it and end up stuck over there. No possible way that they can get stuck trackside. And yet again, they'll somehow end up stuck trackside anyways. All of that effort will end up being mostly for nothing because they will somehow manage to still get stuck trackside. And then they'll be run over and killed by the train. Like, how are you that stupid yet that genius that you can accidentally navigate your way around a barrier that should be entirely unable to cross and then get stuck on that other side of the barrier, ending up being run over? How do you manage to be so both? So, I guess I can get most of the rest of this in now. I still need a bunch more stone to fill all this area under here. I can at least get the rest of this area here filled in. And I still have a whole ton of dirt to do nothing with. So it uses a decent amount of dirt for building, doing any of the mine colony buildings takes quite a decent amount of dirt because it's built over the water, so there's only a single layer of dirt, but most of the buildings have like up to three layer extra, like two or three extra layers of dirt down from the bottom of them that have to be filled in. So at least I won't have to go collect any more dirt for doing those buildings, at least not for a long while, because obviously all those buildings, I have dirt for those to be filled in underneath. Hmm, I think it's really might need to skip those songs if I was on YouTube or save to the Twitch VOD, which it's not, and obviously not many people are watching live yet, so I don't really have to, but they're kind of more of I Becomes songs, just because they're older songs. Being older songs, they're not as good as the rest. Chris, still decent, but eh, I think yeah. So this, so now let's do all of these little seriously. I can't even. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. I think, yeah, probably under the track as well will be filled in with stone wheels. At least I can get some of this filled in for now. And an outline around the edge of the track will be the caution box. Just that we have an outline around the edge of the track to say, be careful, trains will run you over and will kill you very easily. Does not take very much. It does not take a train very much speed to one-shot you. Even with some decent ammo, they can pretty easily one-shot you with some decent ammo. Be careful. You do not want to do the paperwork of dealing with all that. It also goes for all of you who do not want to do the paperwork of dealing with one of you being run over. Even though we will we will end up having to do the paperwork of dealing with one of you being run over. I'm not too sure how I'm gonna set up this thing. A little bit, oh, that's close. I can maybe do some parkour. Okay. 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 Yeah, no, I'm not doing the fit parkour with that. Definitely not. Obviously, I need the tireless train, uh, yeah, tireless track links. between this and the building so that its overhanging gap there isn't quite so. What the hell, gravity does not mean? If I didn't make that, that definitely would not have been my fault. It just didn't jump. You get just pillaring up the side of it some ways. I think about that there, then you kind of close into it on both sides there. So it looks like it's actually into it, linking it here. And then first I have to bridge all the way straight across it. And now the dirt for that is going to have to go back linking it to the correct edge of it. Yeah, no, I'm not sitting bridging across that. Because you end up linking it like perfectly right to the corner. And that's all the trick I have. God damn it. At least it does link up like properly there, which is nice. So I'm there. And I'll probably go, uh, yeah, I think down a little bit to here. And have one here, because then it'll cling straight into it. And then have it go straight across over there. And then another one, I think. Uh, I think up there, diagonal across to over there. Okay. Well, I guess that's all for the stream today. Um, well, that is like right the end of the stream for today. So I think stream is next stream is yeah collecting everything for at least what I can in the stream for the spawn station. And now, did I miss the sounds I was, oh, again, just too fun. If it takes a lot longer to run across than to drive a train across. Ooh, I still have plenty of dirt here to get that out. But yeah, so I say this so often, but god damn, this shader is beautiful. I love this shader. Yeah, it takes like a full 2 or 3 minutes to run all the way across that with my Fox origin, that is, too. Get that. Mm, yeah, that is all for me.